Hello and welcome everybody to another player review. This time around I've got the pretty high rated 91 third in form Kevin De Bruyne. Now as you can see I used him as a right wing in that team, changed formations to 4-1-2-1-2, and I switched him to Cam as soon as the game started. Because honestly, let's be real, that's what everyone's going to be doing probably with him, and no one will use him as a right winger just because of that pace. Now, please hit that thumbs up button and subscribe if you appreciate this content, as I try to do my best in every review. And I hope you guys do appreciate this double upload for today with the Ander Herrera card that came out earlier. And honestly, every ounce of support helps me out a ton. Now, I've used Maestro on him, as you saw, to up his pace, dribble, and shooting. And anyway, let's get straight into it. That was the first pass he made for me, and he's so exquisite at that, but I'll get to that later on. So first pro, his strength. He's got 80 in-game strength, and it feels so much better than that since it's De Bruyne and he's a bit bulky in the game, so it gives them that extra edge to push off and shrug defenders like it's nothing. And with that 80 strength on the card, it's only even better to bully defenders while driving up the pitch with him. It really gives him that powerhouse feeling. Now this is a bit of an unlucky free kick. I won't touch on free kicks just because it is subjective to how skillful you are, but honestly his free kicks are quality. Next up, his shooting. Now this is no surprise at all since his regular card was a monster at shooting. That was just a bad finish by me, but believe me when I say it, this card is miles better than his regular card at shooting. That includes both long shots and finishing. In the box, he's so damn clinical, as you saw. Just a quick driven shot, and I can confidently say that it will probably go in. And don't even get me started on his long shots. Honestly, it's practically a no-brainer. Just aim top bins, 2 to 3 bars of power, and it's probably in. I'll let the long shot clips convince you, especially this one, which was the first one. And it's just so clinical outside the box. Next up, his pace. And I'm glad with this version of the card, the pace issue is mostly fixed. His regular card felt somewhat slow on the ball, but this one really adds that deadly addition of pace onto him. The speed boost, as you'll see in a later clip, works like a charm with him to give you that extra edge you need of small bursts of speed to just get past defenders. Big ups on this department of the card. And this again another unlucky free kick that doesn't go in, but it's all subjective. But next up, his passing. Now this is no surprise. I was expecting him to be a great passer, but I was honestly blown away by his passes. His passes, both long and short, are unfathomably accurate. Unless you intentionally aim at the opponent to give him the ball, this card will more likely than not will not be losing the ball unintentionally. Works great from a cam position, like I used him there. Next up, his dribbling. Now it's 90 on the face card, and it really does feel like 90. In a straight line, I don't know what I'm saying, in a straight line going up or down, whatever you do with this card, the ball feels like it's tied to a string on his foot. Honestly, no issues with this part of the card whatsoever, especially when matched with that 80 strength on the ball. Next up, his stamina. He's got 94 in-game stamina, and I was more than impressed by it. I won't talk about it much other than that he will not be out of breath, and believe me when I say it, he will not be out of breath within the 90th minute. Allows you to make the clinical passes and touches even when going into extra time, and just look at that beautiful shot, and I'm telling you, this guy's shooting is out of this world. Next up, his agility. Now I slightly touched up on it, but he's got 83 in-game agility, and I'm really glad it's that high. Look at that pass by him to Arnautovic. But for his agility, each rendition of the card makes him feel smoother on the ball. Matched with that 91 in-game dribbling stat, it feels very smooth on the ball. Big ups once again. Look at those just passes. As I said, long passes, short passes are insanely accurate. And finally, the best for last, his positioning. He was, and I say this with no exaggeration whatsoever, in the exact right place at the exactly right time he needed to be every time, whether for a pass, for a finish, for a long shot, for a rebound, or even defensively at the rare times. You name it, he was perfectly positioned for it. A huge key factor to this card and the success he brought me with him. Now that wraps it up for pros, and for the second time where I review a card that had absolutely no cons. Look at this clip. This was just, I believe if this is it, complete terrible miss by me, and you guys can roast me all you want. But just the one thing you should get out of it is De Bruyne's dribbling. And look at that pass. Such exquisiteness. And that's what I mean. He had absolutely no cons with that card. Like the man of the match Higuain I reviewed last week. Seriously, guys, this card felt amazing in game. Now, overall for me, he was a great card, super fun to use, and he's got an absolute banger of a shot. For the ultimate review, I'm giving him a 10 out of 10 for enjoyability, super fun to use, especially how big of a threat he is on the ball. I'm giving him a 9.5 for consistency. He felt great throughout most of the games I played with him, just one game where he went missing somewhat, even though he got an assist in that game. For shooting, giving him a solid 10 out of 10 for shooting. He's got great, and I mean great, shooting on the ball. If you got space with him, just shoot and it will probably go in from anywhere near the box. As you saw, weak foot right there, just anything. For versatility, he would definitely work as a cam, a center forward, and maybe in the slightest right winger if you don't mind the pace. For weekend league status, if you struggle against parking the bus teams, bring this card on in to open up those defenses with his passes and shooting. He's great for weekend league, just believe me. And for the price, he's going around for 400k at the moment on PS4, and I'm giving him a 9.5 for price, since I think it's a very, very fair price, especially looking at his second informed card being at 600k plus, only because of his position. Simply switch him in game and you've got a huge bargain. Well guys, that's a wrap for today's episode on the 91 rated third informed Kevin De Bruyne. Please hit that thumbs up button and don't forget to subscribe for more content if you enjoyed. Till next time, peace.
Down.